I used to think family meant something unbreakable. Something that, no matter how badly you were treated, would still hold together in the end. I don't think that anymore. Not after what happened with my grandmother's will. Growing up, there were two versions of my life, my sister's and mine. She was the golden child without even trying. Everything she did was celebrated. Singing lessons, sleepovers, school plays where my parents always showed up early with flowers. I still remember standing backstage once at a school performance, waiting for the curtain to open, checking the audience for them. 2 empty seats in the front row. Afterwards, my mum said she got the time wrong. But she never got my sister's time wrong. Ever. I was the other daughter, the one who got A's and was told I could try harder. The one who worked part-time during school, paid for my own things, and somehow still got called ungrateful. The one who filled up their cars with petrol because they kept forgetting. And the one who learned, very early, that praise in our house wasn't distributed equally. It was earned by being easy to love, not by actually doing well. When I left for university, I didn't expect support. I got used to doing things alone. Therapy was where someone finally said what I had never been allowed to think. This isn't your fault. You were treated differently. I didn't cry when I heard it. I just felt relief. Like I had been holding my breath for years and finally exhaled. By the time I graduated, I had built a life anyway. Paralegal job, promotions, eventually a mortgage, no help, no handouts, just me. So when my grandmother passed away, I didn't expect much emotionally. But financially, I allowed myself to hope. She had left a significant inheritance. Her children, my mum, my aunt and uncle would get £1 million each. Each grandchild was to receive £450,000 each. For the first time in my life, I thought, maybe this is where things finally balance out. The will reading took place in a quiet solicitor's office. My mother sat beside my sister like always. My father was there too. And for once, I wasn't expecting anything from them. The solicitor began reading. Everything matched exactly what my grandmother had written. Equal shares, clear instructions, no ambiguity, £450,000 per grandchild. I felt my stomach tighten in relief. Finally, then my mother spoke. "We've decided that won't be happening." The solicitor stopped. "Excuse me?" She leaned back slightly, calm, controlled. "I am an executor, and I don't think my mother would have wanted this money going equally. My daughter needs it more." My sister didn't even look up from her phone. My father added, "It's unfair she gets the same when she already has a career and a house." I stared at them. "This is a legal document," I said. My mother smiled. "And I am your mother." Like that meant something in a courtroom. What I didn't know then was that my grandmother had anticipated everything. Because my mother wasn't the only executor. Her siblings were too, my aunt and uncle. They heard what my mum said at the reading of the will. Their expressions were that of confusion. And they had very different ideas. Over the next week, the calls started, not from my parents, from my aunt. "Your mother is trying to override the will," she said bluntly. "That's not happening." Then my uncle. "She's emotionally attached to your sister. That doesn't change legal reality." For the first time, I wasn't alone in the conversation. There were voices on the other side of the family who didn't see favorites. They saw a will, and they saw duty. My mother escalated fast. Guilt calls, angry messages, accusations. "You're tearing this family apart. Your sister is struggling. You've always been selfish." But something had shifted in me. I stopped defending myself and started documenting everything. It was my uncle who finally ended it. He called me directly. "We've removed your mother as executor," he said. I paused. I work as a paralegal. I knew this could be done. I didn't think they would actually do it. My uncle said, "You know law, she's in breach of her fiduciary duty. She's trying to redistribute assets against a legally binding will. We're not risking the estate for sentiment." His voice wasn't emotional, it was final. "I'm sorry you were put in the middle of this," he added, and for the first time someone in my family actually meant it. The fallout came quickly. A formal notice. My mother removed as executor, legal control transferred to her siblings, full enforcement of the will ordered immediately. No discretion allowed. No reinterpretation. No fairness adjustments. Just law. The day she found out, she called me. I didn't even say hello before she started. "You went behind my back," she said. "I didn't do anything," I replied. "Your own family did." Silence. Then my father took the phone. "This is disgusting," he snapped. "You're letting strangers take control of our family affairs." "They're not strangers," I said quietly. "They're your wife's siblings, and they're following their mother's wishes." That shut him up for a second. The next call was from my sister. Her voice wasn't angry, just small. So I still get it right? There it was, the real question underneath everything. Not fairness, not justice, just certainty. I swallowed. Yes, I said. You still get yours, just yours. Few weeks later the transfers were processed. £450,000, each grandchild, exactly as written. No adjustments, no interference, no exceptions. After that, something unexpected happened. The family didn't explode, it fractured. Quietly, cleanly, legally. My mother stopped speaking to me entirely. My father followed her lead. My sister drifted into silence that felt more like avoidance than anger. But my aunt sent me one message. Your grandmother would be proud of you for not letting this be rewritten. I read it twice, then I put my phone down. That night I sat alone in my new home, not the one I bought with struggle, the one that now felt lighter, not because of the money, but because, for the first time in my life, the version of events I had lived through wasn't up for debate anymore. It was written, signed, enforced, and no one could rewrite it to make me smaller again.